the end of the day, I always had a feeling that I had done something to make somebody's experience a little bit better, and that was the only thing that really kept me going through some of the harder parts.
This year's SGA Council held its final meeting last week. We'll bring the highlights of the past year.
You see them every day, but what do their schedules look like? I have the story coming up.
Later in the show, meet an ELN musician whose top YouTube video has more than 120,000 views.
This is ELN Morning.
How do they fall? These biggity boys are diggity dogs. I have them like Miley Cyrus, clothes off, twerking in the bras and thongs. Timber, face down, booty up. That's the way we like to what? I'm slicker than an oil spill. She says she won't, but I bet she will. Timber. Swing your partner round and round. End of the night is going down. One more shot, another round.
Let's just talk about the weather today. I thought the Alamance-Burlington school system is closed, and I didn't know if we were going to get a delay or what. What did you think about the weather when you were walking over here to the studio?
Well, I thought it was freezing. It wasn't as icy as I thought it'd be, though. I can't say I was really excited about not having school again, just because we missed so much, but it's a pretty good day. I mean,
yeah, and I saw the physical plant working on it. Their cars were just frozen. Everything was frozen. The windshields were frozen, and they were putting salt on the sidewalks, and it was kind of hard. It was kind of slippery around, and I was just kind of slipping around, sliding around. But I was able to get here in one piece, which is the good news, so maybe the delay wasn't really necessary.
And I came in heels, so we're good.
Yeah, but right now we got Mackenzie Roberts live in the studio to tell us. Oh, we got Eric. Eric is going to talk to us about the weather. Eric, the weather's getting kind of ugly. Is there any hope for the rest of the week?
Well, Matt, spring may officially begin on Thursday, but you won't be able to tell from looking outside right now. Walking around this morning, like you said, spots were slick everywhere, railings were frozen over, cars were frozen over, and tree branches were frozen over, and it's still slick out there, so be careful while you're walking around. Looking ahead to the week, here's your Phoenix 5-day forecast. So yes, it is really cold out there right now, but we might have something to look forward to later in the week. We may get just into the 40s today, so keep your jacket, hats, and gloves handy. You certainly don't want to get sick before spring break. Looking at the second half of the week, as midterms start winding down, the temperatures start going up. Highs are in the mid-60s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There may be a couple clouds around Saturday, but at least it will be warmer. Tori and Matt, hopefully by the time we return from spring break, spring will be here to stay.
All right. And now we got Mackenzie Roberts in the studio to talk about what's going on in the world. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Matt. Investigators are still weighing possible causes in the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. The search has not stopped, even though it's been more than a week since the Boeing 777 vanished off the radar, and investigators are now considering whether it's possible that the aircraft slipped by undetected and actually landed. Officials have clarified that the plane's data system shut down early in the morning of March 8th, and according to the New York Times, that someone in cockpit reprogrammed the computer, making the plane fly west instead of towards Beijing, moving west. The people of Crimea formally voted yesterday to secede from the Ukraine and join Russia, with almost 97% of voters in support of the break. Crimea will switch time zones to match Russia on March 30th, and it's adopting the Russian currency, the ruble. While Crimeans celebrated, the United States and the European Union have started to put sanctions on Russian officials due to the conflict. Those continue to be two of the top stories across the world today. For ELN Local News, I'm Mackenzie Roberts.
And no matter what the weather's like, you always got Physical Plant on the case. We had Kate Phelan check out more about a one Physical Plant employee who goes above and beyond.
Tessie Goins does it all, from wiping down tables to taking out the trash. Despite working late into the night, Goins always has a positive attitude.
Just anywhere I go, if on my way, even if it's not nothing that I'm supposed to do, if you see it, it's the right thing to, if it's out of place or, if it's broke, fix it.
Goins has been a part of ELN's custodial team for more than 8 years. She works all across campus, from KOBC to Mosley.
But at the end of the day, it's not just the paycheck that keeps Tessie here.
Basically, it's really the students, I like them.
Goins says she interacts with students every day and enjoys getting to know them.
Every now and then, they text me or I'll text them just to, see how they doing.
Keeping the campus in top shape isn't her only motivation. It's the thank yous from the students that help keep her going.
You treat people how you want to be treated. And, you know, most of the time you get it, you know, in return.
A smiling face for everyone to see, Goins is an unsung hero on Elon's campus, always helping to keep it running. Kate Phelan, Elon Local News.
Goins is just one of many unsung heroes around Elon's campus. To see more, check out Elon Local News' 125 Years, an Elon anniversary special on our website at elonlocalnews.com/125 years. We'll be right back after the quick break. But we have Jasmine Turner live at McKinnon with College Coffee. Jasmine, what's going on that side of campus? We apologize again for the technical difficulties. We're going to go ahead and move.
Yes, we're sorry there's no audio for Jasmine, but I'm sure she's doing okay in this cold. She's at least in the warm weather. And apparently there's a contest going on in for College Coffee. Maybe prizes, maybe something, but Jasmine's there and she's got it all covered. And maybe we'll check with her later in the show. But I don't know about you, but I can't wait for midterms to end.
Yes.
I'm studying like crazy. Hopefully we'll get some good grades.
Get in the car and get some sunshine. But we have our Sky Cohens. She's going to tell us how to stay healthy and fit over spring break as well.
We're not really on the beach yet, but I'm super excited for spring break, and I've already packed my beach bag. So if you want to get a tan before you hit the beach, please don't go to the tanning booths. Try a fast-acting self-tanner instead. And to prepare your skin for this, try making a homemade exfoliator with coconut oil and cane sugar. It will leave your skin soft and fresh so that you can apply this self-tanner and mix it with lotion to avoid streaking. Don't forget to pack sunscreen. I know you want to get tan as fast as possible, but it's super important to apply sunscreen the first day that you hit the beach so that you don't get burns. I like to use a moisturizer with sunscreen already in it so I don't forget to put sunscreen on my face. You've worked so hard to get your body ready for a swimsuit, but how do you keep all of your hard work from going to waste over break? What I would suggest is getting your workouts done in the morning. That way you have the rest of your day to have fun with your friends. Go for a run on the beach and drag your friends along. Remember to stay hydrated. You're going to be in the sun all day long, and it's really easy to get dehydrated, which is something that can cause you to have unnecessary hunger, which will make you overeat. So have a water bottle with you and drink it all day long. And for every adult beverage that you have, be sure to follow it with an 8-ounce glass of water. Whether you're sunbathing on the beach or lounging by the pool, get up out of your beach chair and get in the water. Commit yourself to swimming for at least 20 minutes, even if the water is chilly. If the water is cold, your body's just going to be working harder to stay warm, and you're going to end up burning even more calories. Those are some last-minute tips on how to stay fit and healthy over spring break. For ELN Morning, I'm Sky Cowens.
One way to save money over spring break is to cook instead of eating out. Our Paige Peroso and Corey Shegda show us a simple recipe that you can make for any meal.
Welcome to College Cooking. I'm Corey Shegda, and I'm here with Paige Peroso. So what are we making today, Paige?
Okay, we're gonna make a quick and cheap appetizer you can bring to a friend's house or anything. It's just a classic pigs in a blanket. It's super easy with just two ingredients. You just need hot dogs, and this is the crescent roll that's out of the package. We just bought at the grocery store.
All right, so what's the first thing we're gonna do here?
First thing we do is we're gonna roll this out so you just have a flat dough, I guess, so you can start doing that.
Right.
And then you're gonna take the hot dogs and you're gonna cut them into quarters just so you have small bite appetizer. So I have them in halves already.
Ooh, it's all sticking together. Let's see.
Sticking together.
There we go.
There we go.
So what's next?
Okay, you're gonna take these little triangle pieces.
All right.
You're gonna peel them apart. They're kind of sticky, so deal with that. And these are kind of big for the hot dogs that we have, so we can just like rip them in half.
Victoria.
Or so you want to start doing that too. Okay, and then you're gonna take one of the pieces and you're just gonna roll them up. Start at the bottom of the triangle, and then you're just gonna roll them up like that.
Oh, this is fun.
And that's literally all you do.
Alrighty, so let's roll these.
And then it only takes about 15 minutes to make. Not even really, because it's already cooked for 12, so that's easy too.
You want to make sure while you're doing this that you're preheating the oven to 375 degrees.
Okay, and then you just keep doing this until everything is done.
Good morning, Matt and Natoria.
And here's what they should look like at the end.
Those look so
Golden
good.
brown and delicious, and you will have an appetizer for all your friends.
So how long are we supposed to cook these for in the
About
oven?
12 minutes. Some ovens vary. So just until the golden brown like this. Do you want to try one?
Yes, let's try one.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's so good. It is so good. All right, well, that's all we have at college cooking.
College cooking.
That's all we have for college cooking this week.
Those look delicious, and lucky for us, Corey Shegda is right here in the studio, and it looks like she brought us some to try since we aren't over at College Coffee with Jasmine.
I'm gonna go ahead and help myself right here.
These are so good. I think they're some of the best appetizers I've ever made.
Really? Can you tell me more about what is it?
So all they are crescent rolls and mini hot dogs. You guys go for it. I think I ate like the whole 2 trays that I made when I cooked this.
That's great.
But all it is crescent rolls and hot dogs you cut up into little quarters. And I think the hardest part of the entire recipe is actually opening the package of the crescent rolls. You know how you have to like peel? I was so confused. I had peeling it off.
Perfect.
Yeah, I had to have someone like bang it against the table or something.
Well, don't go too crazy, Corey.
But no, they are so easy. I think it takes about 15 minutes to cut it up, wrap the crescent rolls around the dough, and then 12 minutes in the oven at 375. So easy, so simple, great for any occasion, really.
Well,
Yeah, this is a quick
so much,
thing.
Corey.
I can just pop it in my mouth and run away.
Thank you for feeding us.
Oh, of course. And you can use a variety of different dips. I know I always like doing like
We're
Thousand
gonna have
Island
to pause
dressing.
real fast because we're gonna go to Jasmine at College Coffee and see what she's doing at McKinnon Hall.
Good morning, Matt, Natoria. I'm in McKinnon Hall College Coffee, where this morning is full of donuts and contest winners. The winners we just announced for the student writing contest. Students were able to submit their best work, range from everything from electronic media to journalism, and our own Nicole Check is among those winners. So congratulations, Nicole. The winners are receiving a $200 cash prize, so stick with us because I'll have some of those winners to interview and talk to at the end of the show. But for now, back to you in Studio A.
Next on ELN Morning, students packed the Belk Pool this Friday, but it wasn't for a swim meet.
I'm Kaylee Tracy. Coming up, two different students. I'll introduce you to two different students who are just as involved outside the classroom as they are in.
ELN students had the opportunity to make a splash on Friday and bring a classic board game to life. Our Jen Stur has more.
Don't sink my battleship. That's what many participants were thinking as Campus Recreation tested the waters for a new event, Live Battleship. With no registration fee, spots filled up fast, and there was a wait list within days to sign up.
May not be as big as Turkey Trot and Sports Fest, but I think in a couple years it will be.
More than 50 students navigated through the waters of Belk Pool with a canoe, 2 buckets, and a mat with one goal: stay afloat.
It's not just about throwing water in a canoe. Some teams have some serious strategy.
One of our first strategies that we wanted to use was to stay steady the entire time. No matter how much water got in our boat, we just wanted to make sure we stayed level. We didn't want to tilt too many ways, get extra water in a boat. We didn't need that.
Sophomore Kayla Hammer was a part of the winning boat. For both Hammer and Prongay, the battleship event was a defining moment of their Elon experiences.
People have asked me, what's your Campus Rec legacy? They've asked me what's my Elon legacy. I've answered that, but I've never really had a Campus Rec legacy. So being the team leader of event management, I thought of ways to develop student development and change the way that the team works and the events that they do.
Though Prongay has just a few more months on campus, she hopes the future of this event is smooth sailing. Jen Stur, Elon Local News.
Campus Rec says it's taking feedback from participants of this year's competition to make future battleship events even more successful.
You know, Elon students are known for overcommitting, but Kaylee Tracy joins us in the studio to tell us how some are actually restricted by their choices. Kaylee?
Matt, for a college athlete, life's not as simple as shooting a basket or scoring a goal. I spoke with 2 students who managed to juggle their hectic schedules with some sacrifices.
College lacrosse player, but freshman Alexa DePazo already finds it tough to balance school and sports.
It has been a little bit difficult trying to manage everything, kind of making sure that all of the stuff is done in time.
DePazo may have a passion for lacrosse, but she feels like she's missing out on getting more involved in her major and other clubs.
I'm not disappointed that I can't do those clubs, is what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, it's like, it would have been nice to at least to have tried them a little bit.
While some student athletes will not go pro, senior Sebastian Koch plans to.
Growing up, every little kid as a basketball player wants to make it to the NBA or be a professional athlete. And I guess once you get older and you realize you actually have the chance of doing that, that's something that I was chasing.
But working towards a pro career comes at a price.
We were gone all the time at practice, workouts, and plus school-wise, it's just a big load, and I couldn't handle all of it, so I just had to settle for basketball in school.
Despite the sacrifices, DePazo says being a college athlete is another part of her education.
It really helps you move through life with a well-rounded perspective and understanding that this is how life is. Like, you need to understand how to manage and juggle everything.
Koch and DePazo agree, whether they go pro or not, their roles as athletes have made college more enjoyable.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. The rest of the story will be on ELNlocalnews.com, and Koch says that he will be in talks with agents at the end of his season about playing professionally, either abroad or here in the United States.
Hi, we're going to go ahead and try to get back to College Coffee with our Jasmine Turner. How's it going in McKinnon Hall, Jasmine?
The coffee's still warm at College Coffee, and I'm here with Avery, one of the contests. So Avery, tell me a little bit about what you wrote and how it feels to be a winner of this contest.
So I wrote a called A Savage Atmosphere, Climate Change, Human Security, and the New Landscape of Social Justice, which talks about some of the new challenges that climate change brings to social justice issues. And I'm excited to have entered into the competition, and I'm thrilled that the people chose me as a winner. So
Yeah, just so you guys know, it is a People's Choice Award, so he won this work, obviously speaks for itself. And so will you tell me a little bit about the prize that you won once you envelope?
yes, so I actually haven't opened the envelope. But I think it's $200 to Noble. So I'm really excited. I love books, and so I'm excited to read more about climate change and social justice, which I'm passionate about.
Also, and so talking about being about social justice, what is it about it that makes you want to be so passionate about it?
So I thought of things that I'm excited about are some of the new ways we've been able to make the world livable and more accessible and prosperous for so many more people over. And climate change brings new challenges to that, and even to how we experience social justice. So whether in cars, and we emit carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which causes this chain reaction of things that we don't understand, and that are bringing challenges to people who are maybe more vulnerable climate disasters and things like that.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
She's only a college freshman, but this isn't her first time singing on TV.
It's awesome.
Thank you so much again.
And stick around after the break because we have musician Sean McGee right here in the studio to tell us about his latest projects.
May have woken up to this morning, but now we have some different music for you to wake up to.
Most students who can sing want to join an a cappella group, but one student has already taken her talent off campus.
Our car rides to the radio.
ELN freshman Sophie Pearson has always had a passion for singing. She decided to take it to the next level when she auditioned for the X Factor last year on a whim.
Tell me what just happened. What just happened was I just made it to the next round of the X Factor.
Pearson decided to audition the night before, and made it past the pre-show rounds and earned a golden ticket that landed her in front of the A-list judges.
Simon Cowell was like, okay, you can start whenever you're ready. And all of these people in the audience, like, I have never ever felt so great in my entire life. All those nerves just washed away, and I knew that this is home.
But that audition didn't blow them away.
I didn't have the X factor.
She said it was hard getting no's in front of so many people.
Tears are streaming down my face, and I'm not usually an emotional person, but this experience was just like so overwhelming and crazy, and it was such a whirlwind.
Despite the rejection, Pearson said she rediscovered her love for music.
The best thing that came from the X Factor, I want to say, is that people knew my passion, that I didn't have to keep it a secret anymore.
Pearson hopes to continue her singing at ELN by auditioning for an a cappella group or writing her own music.
Whenever I get a random idea, I'll take out my phone and I'll write it down in my notes, and then I'll expand upon it later.
Although Pearson failed to impress the judges, she said she wouldn't mind auditioning again. Bella Mazzola, ELN Local News.
So we want to apologize for our technical difficulties.
But
Matt-
ELN is full of talented singers and musicians, and we're lucky enough to be joined by one of my favorite artists, Sean McGee.
Hello,
Now,
Sean.
Sean, you recently released a new cover, and there's another one on the way. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, the cover we just released is a song called Take Me Home by Cash Cash. It's about 18 on the top 40, so we're hoping it, kind of takes off, because then, people will search and find ours. If it doesn't, we're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then, I got another video come out next week that's an original. It's a duet, like a guy-girl duet. And I'm doing that with a talented freshman here, Brooke Greenberg. And really looking forward to that one. I think it's coming out good.
Oh, nice. What is that cover, or you want to reveal it or save it for later?
Yeah, it's called Apologize. It's basically just a classic guy-girl duet about like a couple who fights, and then in the end they make up, so happy ending.
Nice. So it's almost been a year since you were on our show. You were on ELN Morning when you released the debut, a little something different.
Yeah.
And so what's been the process been from going from your first music video to now where you've released 8 videos?
Yeah, I mean, that first one was a lot of work, and it was just, I was not ready for it, So now, there's still a lot of work, but we're ready for it. We're expecting that, hey, this is gonna be a lot of hours, hey, this is gonna be, we need these people here and all that. And I've got a team of people who we work together a lot now, and so we understand how to get things done better. So,
Definitely.
Still tough, but it's easier to crank them out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, we want to go ahead and thank you so much for being with us here again,
Yeah.
Sean, and
Yep, and his original duet, Apologize, will be released on his YouTube channel next week. So that's all we have for this ELN Morning. Be sure to check out our website at elnlocalnews.com for the news that matters to you throughout the week.
you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tune in to ELN Radio on 89.3 WSOE tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm Victoria Mills.
And I'm Matt Lee alongside Sean McGee. From all of us here at ELN Morning, have a great rest of your day and a safe and fun spring break.